Yes, guys, welcome back to another vid from Mutal FC, and today we got another banging video. It's been a couple weeks. International break has ruined some of our vids because now we got Premier League predictions back. Your favorite series, the stuff that you guys love to fucking see. Week 30 predictions for you. We got some big games this week. Let's get right into it.
Yeah, so for our first game of the week, we got Arsenal versus Liverpool. I have Liverpool winning this game 2-1. I think they're going to come back stronger from this international break. Maybe not to their form that they were at last year, but definitely better than however they were playing, from that December to March period. So I think they'll come back stronger in this game against an inconsistent Arsenal side and get an easy 2-1 win here. So I have Liverpool 2-1.
Yes, it is the highlight feature of this week. It's the Battle of Europa League. Liverpool v Arsenal Battle of Europa League qualification. That's what Liverpool fell down to. But all jokes aside, it is going to be a good game because both teams are a lot more even than they were the first time they met. I think this game is going to actually be a 2-2 draw. Kristen mentioned, right, like Liverpool, they should bounce back. I just don't know, if they're going to bounce back enough. It's already, the last quarter of the season. They haven't really shown enough to bounce back since January. Just keep on falling apart. I know they picked up a couple wins recently. Arsenal are also inconsistent. I just think both teams are inconsistent. Both teams have shaky defenses at the moment, so I think a 2-2 draw is going to be the score.
Yeah, so moving on to Chelsea-West Brom. I have Chelsea winning this game 3-0. I really think this should be a walkover of a game. West Brom, I don't even know why they should be showing up to this game. There's really no point. They're already relegated. They're not going to stand a chance against this Chelsea team that might be one of the most informed teams in the world. So, yeah, I have Chelsea winning 3-0.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with Chris again. I'm going to go 2-0 to Chelsea. Chelsea have been keeping clean sheet after clean sheet. Tuchel's got Chelsea just playing all the right ways. I don't think it'll be like the 3-3 draw last time. I think Chelsea are a lot more assured. So, yeah, 2-0 to Chelsea.
Yeah, so moving on to Leeds, Sheffield. I have Leeds 4-0. I think Sheffield have already kind of conceded that they're getting relegated. There's already been talks with Chris Wilder kind of resigning himself. And even their owner talking about they want him being the manager to get them back from the championship. But apparently he doesn't want to stay. So I think they're kind of past this season. They've already moved on to next season. Leeds is another team that's sitting in mid-table. They're probably not going to make Europa League or get relegated. So I don't think this game means much, but I think Leeds are just a much better side, so I have them winning 4-0.
Yeah, I just went with a 1-0 win to Leeds, but I agree with a lot of the points that Chris said. I think Sheffield, it was interesting to see them sack Wilder this late into the season when it's almost guaranteed that they're going to get relegated. The Wilder did, if I'm not wrong, get them all the way up from the League One division in the English League all the way to the Premier League. So why sack him now? Why not just stick with him? But I guess Sheffield got punished for it because they got smashed 5-0 against Leicester with the assistant manager. But I just think Leeds, they don't seem to score as many goals recently. I think it's maybe that high energy here with Bielsa's teams every year. They'll start off the season strong the first half of the year. Then second half of the season, they always tend to die off just because the way they play, they put so much high energy that they kind of die off. And I think you've seen that in the last 3 or 4 games, they've only scored 2 goals. Which is something you usually see. So that's the only reason why I think it's only going to be 1-0 because, Leeds are still going to win because Sheffield are crap. So, yeah, 1-0 to Leeds.
Yeah, so now one of the more intriguing games of the week, we got Man City, Leicester. I have Man City winning this game 2-0. I just think they're way too dominant now, whether it's defense or attack. They're without a striker. They're scoring, I don't know, they're scoring loads of goals without a striker. They're not struggling at all. Their defense is rock solid in the back. And Leicester, they've been playing really well this season, and I think they're in third right now. But their last 9 games, they have 5 teams that are competing for Champions League. Down the stretch. They have to play City, Liverpool, United, Spurs, and West Ham. So I think to get in, they need to win at least 2 or 3 of those games. I don't think it's going to be against City. But I think to get to the Champions League, they're going to have to beat at least 2 of those teams. But for this game, I have City winning 2-0.
Yeah, I'm going to say 2-1 to Man City. It's going to be a tight, close game. City have been excellent. They have been very good. But the one time they have been exposed, and we've always seen this with Man City, is the counterattack. But this year, their defense has been shored up, so you don't see as much. But sometimes a lapse in concentration can catch a City team out. We saw how United played against Man City. It was a very counter-attacking game. And Leicester are probably after United or equal to United as one of the best counter-attacking teams in the league, right? And we saw what Leicester did to Man United, right? It was only last week where we saw them take care of them 3-1 comfortable, right? Leicester have a lot of good players, Vardy and like even Iheanacho, who's starting to kick on now, former City players. I think it's gonna be a tight game. I think the lack of goals for City. I mean, they still score a lot of goals, even though like Aguero's not playing anymore. He's gonna leave at the end of the season. I think they'll have the extra quality because like players like AD. So I think that will give us the edge.
Yeah, so now moving on to the first game on Sunday. I think it's fitting that's in the early time slot because it's kind of probably the worst game of the week. Southampton, Burnley. I have a tie 1-1. Both these teams are just completely out of form. Southampton, I think, form-wise, the worst team in the league. Burnley, 1 win in the last 5. A team that's going to sit back, not really play any kind of interesting soccer. Southampton is just playing terribly, so I have a 1-1 tie here.
Yeah, I mean, Burnley and Southampton, I think they're both right next to each other on the table, 15th and 16th respectively, if I'm not wrong. Or 14 and 15, sorry. Southampton have fell off. Burnley have been good in the last couple games. I mean, like, their form isn't great, but, like, they have picked up results against Arsenal and Everton. So that's going to give them a boost of confidence. I actually have Burnley winning this game right on a knife edge, 1-0. But like Chris said, it's a boring game, so we'll just move on.
Yeah, so moving on to Spurs, Newcastle. I have Spurs winning 1-0. I think it's going to be a very classic Mourinho game where he just sits back, gets a goal, and Newcastle's not really a threatening side on the attack, so I don't think they'll really be doing much there. Tottenham should be able to get 1 goal in this game, so I have Spurs winning 1-0.
Yeah, I think Spurs are going to win this game 3-0. If Spurs can't beat this Newcastle side, I lose all hope for them because this Newcastle side is awful. They have thrown away what was like a 10-point lead to the relegation zone to now 2 points. They do have a game in hand against Fulham, but Fulham are clawing their way back, and Fulham looks like they're going to fight till the end. And Newcastle are in real danger of getting relegated this season. They cannot take it for granted. So I just think they're going to get pushed over again. And yes, Spurs are going to win this comfortably, 3-0.
Yeah, so moving on to Fulham, Aston Villa. I have an upset. I have Fulham winning 2-1 here. I think they've been playing really well to stay in this relegation fight. They're almost out. I think they are going to get out. And that's just sad to see because I don't want to see Newcastle go down. They're one of the teams I usually like watching in the Premier League. But it looks like Newcastle's going to go down. Aston Villa has not been playing well recently. They've done a very good job this season. I think most people expected them to be in the relegation battle. They're fighting for a European spot right now. But I think this game Fulham needs it more, and they're playing like they want these points more. So I have Fulham winning 2-1.
Yeah, I have a draw between Villa and Fulham, but I could easily see Fulham winning this. I think Aston Villa, we have seen the impact of Jack Grealish on this Villa team. When he's not playing, which he hasn't played in the last couple of games, they have not been able to pick up results, losing to Tottenham, drawing to a poor Newcastle side, drawing to Wolves. They lack a lot of goal threat, creativity, and they need Jack Grealish back. And I'm not sure if he's supposed to return for this game. It's somewhat, I think, 25% chance. But if he does return, I think Villa can win this game comfortably. But if he doesn't, I think Villa are going to struggle. So I have a 1-1 draw with a really good Fulham.
Yeah, so move on to United Brighton. I have United winning 3-0. This might just be a little overly optimistic because I'm a United fan. I don't know if they're actually going to win by 3 goals. But I just think this is a Brighton side that's struggling. In the relegation zone, I don't think they'll get relegated, but they're there. And then I think we put together 2 or 3 more wins in a row here. We've solidified our top 4 spot. So I think that pressure is going to make us play a little better. Bruno, I don't think he had the greatest international break with Portugal. So hopefully he comes back, plays well for us here. So I think we'll win 3-0.
Yeah, I gotta say, United. Again, you guys might think, oh, we're United fans, we're gonna be biased. Yeah, maybe we are. Brighton are a weird team this season. I think out of all the 20 teams in the league, the expected goals they have is the highest out of all the teams, but they haven't scored them. They just don't have forwards or finishing the chances. And we saw that in the reverse fixture of this game. I remember watching this game, United versus Brighton, the 3-2, where Bruno scores a pen after the 90 minutes. Brighton should have probably won that game. They had so many chances. They hit the crossbar like 3 times, the post 4 times. Brighton were amazing. And it was the first 2 or 3 weeks. I think now, after a whole season, we can like get a better gauge. Sorry, I think United. There a lot of these players like Bruno. I think he's gonna have 1 week break from international because he got suspended for the Portugal's last game. So I don't think he can even participate. Rashford and Martial have returned back because of their injuries they picked up. So I think a lot of players for United are going to be rested, and I think that's going to give them the edge to beat Brighton. So I'm going to go 2-0 to United.
Yeah, so moving on to Monday games, Everton, Crystal Palace. I have Everton winning this game 3-1. Nothing against Crystal Palace. They've been mid-table, kind of like they normally are. I think Everton really need these points. They were close to a Champions League spot a week or 2 ago, and now they look like they may not even make the Europa League. So they're right in the thick of things. I think they have to win this game to stay in it, but I think the other teams that are above them are also going to win this week. So I have Everton winning 3-1.
Yeah, I've got Everton winning 2-1. I know they have a game in hand against the teams above them, but they do need to clutch up because if they don't, it's going to be peak for them. And I mean, Everton were a couple months ago challenging for the league title, so we saw how that worked out. But yeah, I think Everton, they need to win this game, so I'm going to go 2-1 to Everton.
Yeah, so for the final game of the week, we got Wolves-West Ham. I'm going West Ham 2-1. Like I said with Everton, I just think the teams above Everton are going to win their games and stay in the race. West Ham is one of them. I think they also have to win because right now they're sitting in 5th place. Chelsea's 2 points ahead of them. I fully expect Chelsea to beat West Brom. And so to keep pace for that 4th spot, I think they have to win this game. So I have West Ham winning 2-1.
Yeah, I've also got West Ham winning. I'm going to say West Ham winning 3-1. I just think Wolves this season's probably been plagued by the injury of Raul Jimenez, which has really like overshadowed how well they should have been doing. They probably would have been doing much better with Raul Jimenez. And now Rui Patricio getting injured in that Wolves game. Hopefully he's good. I think having a backup keeper is a risk against a very formed West Ham side who score goals off of set pieces. Jesse Lingard saucing, Declan Rice, everybody, Souček, and Rama. So I think West Ham, they're fighting for a top four spot, and it's very possible that they can get it. So I think they're going to be motivated and they're going to win this game 3-1. But you guys let us know down in the comments below, what do you think is going to happen in some of these games? Arsenal v Liverpool, Leicester versus Man City, West Ham versus Wolves. Let us know what your team is going to do, how they're going to do this week, and let us know your predictions for the end of the season. Who do you think is going to finish top 4? Who do you think is going to be in the relegation zone? But other than that, boys, we'll catch you next. Peace.